Yo, what's going on? It is 1 p.m. here in Crystal Lake, Illinois. It means it's time for another live stream. Today is Wednesday, March 6, 2024. I really had to think about it for a second there. Yeah, we made it to Wednesday. I'm a little bit off because my kids had the day off on Monday. So not that I have usually a good grasp on the day of the week or the date, but we're recentered. We're settled now. It's March 6th and it's a Wednesday. And today, we got a pretty fun show. I got some shoes here from Mizuno. I think there's two pairs of shoes in here, and I think I can show you both of them, but I think I'm only going to show you the one because I'm not sure if the other one's under embargo. I did just send out an email to ask for confirmation, but I sent it at like 2 a.m. Japan time, Osaka time. Although, is my contact in the United States? I'm not sure. I'll check my email before we get to the box, but I'm assuming there's only one shoe that I can show you here today, and it should be a fun one. I've got a big long run tomorrow, so I think I might be using it for it. So I'm excited to see what's in there. And before we do that, let's say hi to everyone listening on the audio-only version on the podcast. Hope you're having a good run out there today. The weather's been kind of wild. Hopefully you're staying safe and dry. I wish for you just mild weather. It doesn't even have to be great. I'm just shooting for mild. This time of year, weather can be so iffy, you know. But don't forget, for those morning runners out there, daylight savings is coming, I think, this weekend. So we should be, is that how it works? We should be getting more daylight, right? I think we're going to get more daylight. I think that's what's going to happen. So that'll be good. That'll be good for you guys. And everyone watching this later but not live, this is the #1 running live stream to listen to if you happen to be a triathlete training on the bike trainer, and you've got like a 2-hour bike ride or something like that, 3-hour bike ride. This will get you through a good quarter of it, you know, something like that. So you're in the right spot, you know. So welcome, shout out to Tony and Nadia for giving us a little shout out of the live stream the other day on their socials. So hopefully you guys are doing well. All right, let's see who we got here in the chat. JC says it means more daylight in the evening. Does that mean less daylight in the morning? I'm so bad at time zones. I'm bad at daylight savings. I don't know which way it works. Will we have more sun or less? I don't know. Oh, Frank says, yeah, more daylight in the afternoon, but darker in the morning. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I wanted to go for a run today in the morning. I needed to get started at 5 this morning. And I was like, oh, it's going to be dark for a good 45 minutes before not even sunrise, but like before there's even any daylight at all. So I went to the YMCA, and that was not ideal, but you know. But yeah, Matt Byer says spring forward, fall back. That part I know, but like mentally, does that mean we have more sunlight or in the daytime or in the morning time? You know, I can't figure it out. Yeah. And Finny Finfin says, hi again from the Peruvian Andes. Still schlepping my way through marathon training up here at 8,000 feet. Had a week at sea level and got punished by the humidity instead. Bonked on the long run. That's tough. I feel like 8,000 feet, that's hard to train at that high. I just felt like, sorry guys, this camera is all sorts of twisted today. And it's got me all messed up. Hold on. Is that better or worse? I think that's worse. I don't know. Everything's off center and diagonal and stuff, and I don't like it. Oh boy, I think that made that way, way, way worse. Does that help? I don't know. All right. Okay, Jason Horton, sorry, for all you guys listening. Sometimes when the camera's not dead set on, all the lines, like the perspective lines on the video, get all messed up and it weirds me out. So I have to stop whatever I'm doing and try to fix it. And a lot of times I just make it worse. All right. Jason Horner says, just watch all the video in the race playlist. Love the races that you aren't trying for PRs. So much joy and interaction with the crowd. I like that too. What's funny is how quickly it went though. From, oh man, this is great. Like what you're saying, Jason, to like, I'm so tired of people that don't take races seriously. It flipped really fast. Because I've been doing it for like the last couple of years. You know, there's a handful of races that I'm running for PRs and a handful of races that I don't. And now people are like very jaded about it already. So I'm glad that you're still enjoying it, Jason. Ichite says, ran on the treadmill this morning with my New Balance Elite version 3. Bought them several months ago, but just getting them out of the box. There you go. Nice. Very cool. Hope you enjoyed it. Today, I ran on the treadmill, like I mentioned, and I ran in the Ghost. Are these 16s? 16s. Yeah, good treadmill shoe. I enjoyed it. I've also put some road miles on them too. The updates are analogous to the Glycerin. Better. I like it more. I think that the diehards are gonna love it, and the people that like absolutely don't like the shoe are still probably not gonna like it. So good for the people that liked it before. You know, not gonna win a lot of new converts anyway. And Benjamin Erickson says, "Hey, Co, any chance I'll be seeing you in Detroit in the future?" You know what? I keep telling Tommy has events that he does all the time, and he'll do it with like Gazelle Sports or with Saucony or with another brand or whatever. Or something. He did a Hoka long run one time, and he'll message me like on a Thursday and be like, "Hey, are you going to come on Saturday to the 20-mile long run event?" And I'm like, "Dude, you got to let me know more than like 48 hours ahead of time, because I could try and come out. Because you could take a train. I love taking trains. That'd be fun. And like, if my family schedule permits it, then I'd do it. I got some friends that live in Detroit. My wife and I were just talking about all our Michigan connections. We have many Michigan connections, which is interesting because earlier in my life, I had a lot of Ohio connections, and a lot of those have phased out of my life. You know how some people come in and out, you know, nothing wrong, but like just coincidentally, a lot of the Ohio connections are gone, and it's been replaced with a lot of Michigan connections. I do like it over there. I like Ohio too. Gibbsy Run says, I saw the Columbus/Baltimore Runners Weekend video when I was on the treadmill the other day. Warmed my heart when you enjoyed eating the Buckeyes. Buckeyes are tasty. And what's nice is if I'm not with my daughter, then I can eat them because of the peanut butter. But those are tasty. Those are tasty treats. You know? And Benjamin Erickson says, I had a typo. We'll be seeing you for the Detroit Marathon. Maybe in a cheer squad capacity. I'm not sure I want to run the Detroit Marathon. The tunnel freaks me out. I just feel like I'm not going to enjoy that part. Maybe someone can tell me it's not that bad, but I don't know. I get nervous about it. Mark Peterson wants to know, did you give Tommy a hard time for not running 91 seconds faster last weekend too? To give you context on that, when he ran Osaka, he ran it 3 hours, 0 minutes, and 44 seconds. So I messaged him because he's like, I just ran Osaka, ask me anything kind of question. He did like a poll question thing on Instagram. So I wrote, why didn't you just run 45 seconds faster? Because if he ran 45 seconds faster, he would have been a sub-3 runner in Osaka. Now he's run at 3 hours and 44 seconds. Mentally, it feels like a lot, you know? And then a week later, he ran Tokyo, running 3 hours, 1 minute, and 30 seconds, which, by the way, is slower than my time in Tokyo from a different year. But you know, not that I'm keeping track. But he did the same thing. You know, I ran Osaka and then Tokyo a week later. Ask me anything. I did ask him why he didn't just run 91 seconds faster, because then in theory he could have had 2 sub-3s. Back to back. I don't know a lot of people that can do back to back sub-3s personally. I know like Shilling Flanagan did it when she did her 6 world majors in 6 weeks thing. Remember that? And the pandemic year or after the pandemic year. But I know Marcus has done it. He ran Boston and then London and ran sub-3 on both. Whew, that's much tougher. And that's 6 days, not 7. I don't really know a lot of other people that have done it. I mean, what was his name? The guy that Believe in the Run followed around. And he did it in the Flow Velocity Elite. He did it like back-to-back days. That's also very impressive. But he's like pro runner caliber. You know? So Tommy could have been back to back, but now I'll have to, I guess, try again next year. Maybe there'll be a new t-shirt. Jared Crano says, I'm in Ohio. Happy to run if you're ever in town. I was in Columbus, like we mentioned in that one. And I would like to go back to Columbus. I've always had I like Columbus. Always had good times there. And I really like Columbus Running Company. Good people. So maybe we could figure out a way to go back there. Mark Peterson says, why is the Detroit Marathon Tunnel any different than the Tunnel Marathon Tunnel? The Tunnel Marathon Tunnel is not used for motor vehicle traffic. I mean, I guess that's why it exists, for vehicles to go through there. But like the tunnel in the Detroit Marathon Tunnel, I feel like is normally used for vehicular traffic. And I just worry about like running and it smelling like the Lincoln Tunnel, just like exhaust and rubber, and something about that just bothers me. I don't know. Maybe I'm making it a bigger deal than it has to be. Maybe I should just run it one year. It's a popular race for Chicagoans, A lot of people go over there, make the trip. Elliot Bueller says, hey all, first time joining the live after years of benefiting greatly from videos. Gearing up for my first real race. He put that in quotes. The Brooklyn Half. Just want to say thanks for the info and inspiration. Well, awesome. Brooklyn Half, that's the one that starts in Prospect Park, isn't it? That's a fun race. That's a fun race to watch. There's not a lot of great, I think a lot of the New York Roadrunner races are great for the racers, but they're hard for spectators. Like I was thinking about going to watch the half, the one that's coming up, March 17th. Is that the one that you're running, Elliot? Or are you running the one in this summer, like the RBC half? The one that's coming up this month. There's no way to be a spectator and follow the race around because it's point to point basically. There's not a lot of looping, like Chicago has like clover leaves, so it's easy to kind of see your runner multiple times. I was thinking about trying to chase some pros around, and then grab a couple of interviews after that. But I don't think I'd be able to see them more than once, So that's hard. But speaking of Tommy Runs ran that last year. And he really enjoyed it. He ran it in a button-up polo, like a Tracksmith polo shirt, buttoned up because he was so cold. Hopefully you guys get warm weather or like good racing weather, Heather Nadine says, hello, I'm from Ohio and training for the Cap City Half Marathon in April. Nice. Well, good luck with the training. Where's Cap City? I don't know what Cap City is. You have to tell me what Cap City is. Paul Hoban giving some detail on the Detroit Marathon Tunnel. He says the tunnel is over with fairly quickly, but once you get through, the rest of the course is fairly flat. Tunnel is a bit more challenging than the Ambassador Bridge. The tunnel is more challenged than the Ambassador Bridge? I would think that oh, okay. Interesting. But over with fairly quickly sounds nice, and rest of the course fairly flat sounds nice. Also feels like you might be hiding a couple of rollers in there. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the course profile very closely. Jared says, I'm up in Medina near Akron. Do you guys call it Medina? Sometimes it's hard to say. It's hard to guess how the locals will pronounce a town name. But he's about 90-minute drive from Columbus. You should actually do my MBA at OSU. So I'm down often. Oh, nice. Very cool. Eric was born in Columbus. Nice. Paul also says about the Detroit Marathon Tunnel. The tunnel's not that big of a deal for the smell. You can run the underwater mile. It's a mile long? That's not terrible. Okay. Terry says there's a tunnel at London too, and it doesn't smell. There's a tunnel. I probably should look at the course profile once at least for London. I haven't done that yet. Eric Fensky says I ran Detroit. The tunnel is awesome. You come out of it, and the crowd is so amazing. Right, yelling, right there, yelling, "Welcome back to America." I like that. That's fun. Nice. Andrew Cho says, "Hey, Cope, planning on running the Marine Corps Marathon? Next year will be the 50th year. Oh, probably not going to run it. I'm planning on running Berlin. And then, although I won't run Chicago, so maybe. And I'm not planning on running New York. Maybe I can. I wouldn't run it hard. I mean, I wouldn't run it for a PR, but it could be fun to do. I'll have to reach out to the race director or whoever's in charge. Someone over at Marine Corps Marathon emailed me last year. So maybe we can make that happen. Matt Beyer, running shoe question of the day. Sorry, that was a little bit on the loud side. Running shoe question of the day. Do you consider the Sky Paris a good 10K race shoe? I think yes. But at 10K, the Edge Paris is also a great race shoe for people that like Sky. I don't know if for people that like the Edge, it's still a good 10K. I would imagine it still is. But and my review will go out tomorrow. I think it's rendering right now. But yeah, I'm putting together the video for it right now. So tomorrow, hopefully it'll make more sense. But like, there's a couple of different ways that I kind of like chop up how I like those two shoes or how I perceive the two shoes. One is Sky Paris is really good at marathon effort. But once you get to really fast paces, it starts to feel a little bit mushy. It's too soft. For me, the Edge Paris is way too firm at marathon effort. But once you get at very fast efforts, it starts to feel really nice. And it's 6.5 ounces, 185 grams, lighter than a Takumi Sen. So it's a very compelling 5K, 10K option. But at 10K, it's a point where for me, the Sky starts to feel a bit mushy. So like, I don't know I wouldn't buy it specifically for a 10K. I'd still maybe reach for the Takumi Sen. But once you get to 5K, that's where things start to get really interesting, I think. Wayne says, started following and listening this year. This is my first live. Well, welcome, Wayne. I feel like we need a new sound for first timers. I'll just do this one. Yeah, welcome, Wayne. Hey, good to see you. He says, started following and listening this year, first live. Anyone running Oakland, California Marathon on March 17th? Will be my first full, hoping for an upright finish and maybe sub 4. There you go, Wayne. I like that. I like that a lot. Kurt says, if you want to follow is it the United half, I think is that one? You have to have a bike to get all over. Yeah, and then you'd have to take the bike over bridges and stuff too, unless you're only going to get Manhattan. I feel like that might be the only way. Like maybe you get them coming over the bridge, and then there's a little bit of a loop that you might be able to get athletes at a couple spots. But otherwise, I feel like it's really hard. Plus, I'm traveling the weekend after that, so like it makes going to New York to film that race harder for me. Heather Nadine says, can I get a bell for 5K PR this weekend at Arnold Classic? Shaved 3 minutes off my previous time. Absolutely, Heather. Congratulations. Gibbsy Run says, Cap City is downtown Columbus. Oh, okay. Matt Beyer says, Cap City is a race that takes place in downtown Columbus. I have my half marathon PR on that course. Nice. Is it flat? I have a feeling it's probably pretty flat. And Martha says it's Medina in Ohio. So I did say it wrong. All right. Dark Kick says, running my first full in LA next week. Seems like it's very low key this year. I don't know. I feel like everyone's going to LA and everyone keeps asking me if I'm going to LA. And I'm like, I think I'm the only one not going to LA. I think there's going to be a lot of people there. I think it should be fun. It's the same weekend as the New York City half. And so I was like, well, should I go to LA? Should I go to New York? LA is a tough course to follow along too. But I do have a big trip coming up the week after that I won't tell you where that is yet. It'll be a surprise. But it's going to be, I'll be gone for a long time. So I'm like, that's going to be tough to be gone a lot. But I think there's going to be a lot of people in LA this year. I think. Although Luis is not going to be there and I'm not going to be there. So Martha says, I'm putting a trip embargo. It's self-imposed. I just want it to be a surprise for when you guys see it. Because I don't think it's going to be something that is going to be on people's radars that they're going to be like following along over the weekend. And so then when it hits the internet, boom, it'll be a fun surprise. Maybe. I don't know. All right. Let's get to the box. Today we got a big box from Mizuno. And I said I was going to check my email. Let me check my email real quick. Make sure I didn't get a response. I did get a response, but I don't understand it. So, all right. We'll see what I can show. I'm going to look in the box. I'll do a little peek ahead first. Sorry for the radio silent, the dead air. I know you're not supposed to broadcast dead air for you podcast listeners, but sometimes I got to read ahead. But let's see what's in here. I'll peek first, and then if I can show you guys, if I feel confident that I can show you guys, then I will show you guys. This is one box. Oh, I think it's not two shoes. This feels like clothes. Yeah. Guys, I'm really not sure if I'm allowed to show this to you guys, but I've seen it all over the internet, so I'm gonna, hopefully that's okay. It won't come out of the box. It's stuck. It is a very pretty box. And on the side it says Wave Rebellion Pro. Let's take a look. All right, I'm positive that these are not under embargo. Ooh, these are light. This is the Wave Rebellion Pro 2. I think a lot of people have already been racing in these, but I reached out and they reached out to me. There's a lot of communications that happened, and now I got it. Mizuno Energy Light Plus foam. I don't know if you can see that on this camera. There we go. The Light Plus tag in there. Still maintains a lot of the similar geometries, but slightly different. Here's version 1 with the black outsole, and here's version 2 with the red. It's like they've moved the little cutout from being on the medial side to being on the bottom. They're both very light. Should we get the scale out? I feel like we need to get the scale. All right. Elias Munoz says, whoa, mad rocker. There's a lot of rocker here, especially in the back, too. Jeffrey Alice says, weighing scale, please. Here we go. Yeah. Let's get it on. Okay, let me zero it out because I moved it while I was turning on. Okay, zero it out. Should we do this one first? Wave Rebellion Pro 1. This one has maybe 60 miles in on it. 7.4 ounces. Okay. This one. I think this one's going to be lighter. That's my hunch. By a little bit. 7.3 ounces. This one feels so much lighter than this one, though. Or maybe it doesn't. It feels more than 1/10 of an ounce lighter. Let's go to grams. 208 grams for the Wave Rebellion Pro 2. 210 grams for the Wave Rebellion Pro 1. Yeah, 7.3 ounces. Here we go. Smell. You guys want to know the smell? It smells a little bit like the overlay smells a little bit like paint. The rest of it smells like an upper, but it's a strong plasticky smell. Very breathable though. But I do love this red outsole. Wild. That's going to show up really nice on camera, I feel like. Ooh, I like it. It's hard to see. Like the pattern, the ink pattern on the Wave Rebellion Pro 1 makes it hard to kind of figure out where the heel and the front rockers actually start. Seems like it's shorter. It seems like it's shorter in the front and the back. Seems like a smaller shoe. Interesting. Jared Grana says, I feel like we'll look back on shoes this tall as a fad. No way that stack height and rocker are good for runners in the long term. Maybe. I just think I think what will happen is that we will get foams that can perform like this with less stack height. And so it's not because the feelings that we're getting fall out of favor. It's just because we can do more with less, I think. Martha wants to know, did the older version gain with dirt/sweat weight? I'm not sure. I'd have to go look back. I don't know if I measured this in the beginning. That's the thing. A lot of times I don't measure them unless like something feels weird or unless they like give me a weight in size 10, which sometimes they do, you know? And Mark says, oh, by the way, you weren't kidding about the smell of the new Metaspeed. So bad. It reminds me of how the OG Endorphin Speed smelled. Some of the shoes just have a really strong plastic smell. This one is, this one's pretty strong. There's more of a paint smell to this one. What is like the volatile compounds, whatever, it kind of smells like that. What I do like is it kind of looks like there's spray paint for this stuff though. I like that. They went with like spray paint looking stuff here. And then this is just like, it's like a replica jersey for this logo, the way that it's glued on. It's an interesting choice. The insole feels like it's not removable. Yeah, the insole is not removable. But I like that there's no structure in the heel back here. Nice. A little bit of stability built in on each side of the plate. Seems to be a little bit less than what they had on the Wave Rebellion Pro 1. Oh, okay. I'm excited. Question is, do I take it out of the box for a 22-mile run tomorrow? I don't know. All right, let's get to the other box. So don't forget, we had another box. I don't need my knife for this one. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I can show you what's in here. Sorry. I gotta wait on this one. Sorry about that. I thought that was clothes. It's not clothes, it's shoes. But we'll hold off and we'll show you that one later. Because I think that one might, I don't think I've seen that one on the internet yet. So I think that one might be under embargo. So, yeah. Brian Albrecht says, has anyone else tried to pick up that shape? It feels gimmicky to me. I mean, to an extent, I don't know if they're picking it up or, but the SC Elite 4 is a shoe that felt to me like it basically had two stages of rocker. The very apparent one up in the front, but it felt like there was a narrow flat portion and then a beveled back portion that kind of felt like it made you land a little bit more midfoot. And then so you felt a little bit of rocker and then a lot more rocker. Subtle, but it kind of happened quickly. What other shoes do that? I think the Fast R2 kind of does it a little bit, but not a lot. Nothing. No one has adopted the back like quite like Mizuno has. I mean, frankly, like I don't really hit back here very much anyway. I was trying to think maybe there might be some kind of color differences that would show how much or little I'm hitting back here, but it's not really showing up very much. But yeah, so I don't know. I've been liking the Wave Rebellion Pro 1 more and more as I go. So I'm hoping that I enjoy this one a little bit more. As usual, I tend not to look at other people's reviews before I review a shoe, but I have had a conversation with Tommy, in fact, about this shoe. He says he likes this one more. We'll see. As far as taking this out of the box for a 22-mile run, Lou says, why not? Sure. Calvin Wong thinks it might be slides in that other box. It's not slides. Yeah, and Andrew Scott says, confirmed it's not cake. It's not cake. I thought it was going to be clothes, which would have been useful because I don't have very many Mizuno clothes. They sent me... Now, I thought they sent me a singlet that was this color, but now I'm just thinking about it. I don't know where that would have went. Like this pattern with the calligraphy and the ink. But I don't know where it went. Or maybe I never got it. I don't know. But it's not clothes. So... James says head fake. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to do those. I don't like them, but I really thought it was something else. Little late showing up, says James. Any new thoughts on the Metaspeed Edge? Not any new thoughts, but the video will come out tomorrow, and then I feel like that's all my thoughts in one spot. So yeah, it's not a shoe. I don't. This summer, I might try and run some fast 5Ks, maybe even a road mile. Definitely we'll think about taking the Metaspeed Sky out for that, or if I'm doing mile race pace work, I'll definitely reach for the Metaspeed Edge. I mean, I said Sky a second ago, but I mean Edge. Other than that, I won't be using it for long runs or like marathon training because I just don't like it for that, you know. Small's out here catching this live stream on a run. Small's getting ready for LA. Are you doing a pace group this year? I thought I said you were doing a 255 pace group. Not a lot of marathons have a 255 pace group. That'd be nice if LA did. Carrie Smith wants to know Mach or Rebel. I think in most cases, well, for Rebel 2, I think I'd go with a Mach 4 instead. For Rebel 3, I pick that over Mach 5. And I think I pick Rebel 4 over Mach 6. Yeah, I think that's how I go. I didn't love the Rebel 2. Rebel 1 was interesting, but a very different shoe. Rebel 2, I didn't like. I didn't understand it, you know. Oh, Kurt says, didn't Mizuno send you the super split shorts the one time? The super short split shorts? They did. It was America themed. They sent me like a 4th of July kit because Mizuno used to, I think they used to sponsor the Atlanta Track Club, but or something like that. I think they used to be the sponsor for the Peachtree Road Race, maybe. And so like they would make a 4th of July wave runner. What's the wave plate shoe that they have? And so they sent me a 4th of July version of that shoe with a 4th of July kit. It was blue and white stripes for the shorts and red and white stripes for the singlet. I did not keep. I don't know where those are. I don't have those anymore. That one felt weird. I didn't. That didn't look good on me, I think. Andrew Cho says that shoe must be really lightweight if you thought it was closed. It's that, but also like I shook it and it didn't rattle around in there. I think they put it in a box that was not a shoe box, but the shoes were small enough that they could just throw them in there. And I'm guessing that's how it fit in the shipping box, you know? Sometimes from like Mizuno, I just get it in like a white unmarked shoe box. Like if you went to like Michael's or like a craft store, you know, and bought a shoe box and it was just white cardboard. Sometimes I get it in a box like that from Mizuno. A lot of times what I get from Mizuno is like that. Brooks, a lot of times I get, sometimes I get it in an actual shoe box. Sometimes I just get a pair of shoes, like in a shipping box. I'm trying to think who sends like the weirdest stuff. When Hoka sent me the first Rocket X, each one was individually wrapped in a plastic bag, like a clear plastic bag. There was no box. And then they were like, don't run in that one. We're sending out a production colorway. We're FedEx overnighting it to you. So I was like, okay. So it's still in the bags. So, yeah. Melvin says, thanks for the Endorphin Pro 2 suggestion for the Florida 5K Co. Not a PR, but finished 8th overall. Nice. Yeah. Good job, Melvin. Second master and first division with a 20:58 on a tough out and back bridge course with 130 feet of gain. 130 feet of gain on a 5K course. That's very mean. That's very mean. Oh boy. Good job. Good job. All right. Miguel says, Coach Sparta kicked me to pace the 255 group. Lalo is going to be in the mix. Nice. All right. So if anyone's running 255, look for Miguel. He won't be hard to find. You'll find him. But yeah, if you're running 255, Miguel's got you. Bifu Cube says, hi, I'm new to the running scene and saw your Runners Weekend videos. Is there a calendar to see who is hosting running pop-up events? Not really. It's hard because a lot of times events have RSVPs that fill up really fast. So like if I were to make, say, even if I had like a blog post or like a thread that I kept updating, like I would have to constantly keep it updated. And so a lot of times, like Ali Feller, for example, she'll send stuff out and her, I don't know if she calls them Patreons or what, her like best friends club will get it first. And there's usually enough of them that it'll sell out before I even hear about it. Because I'm not in the best friends club. And then I think it's Best Running Friends Club or whatever, you know. And so that's usually how it goes. And so like sometimes you find out about stuff, sometimes it's already sold out, sometimes there is or isn't stuff. I think the best thing to do is to just figure out who your favorite runners are that you want to be with or brands and search that person's name or that brand name plus the event. And then you can usually find. That's how I like, if you want to figure out what the Tracksmith calendar is, that's how you do it. But stuff like their panels and stuff sell out really fast because they have their hair AC club. And so they get first access to those tickets. And so like, I've actually never been to a Tracksmith panel event because they're either sold out or I have a scheduling conflict, you know. But just to let you guys know, as a heads up, Boston Marathon weekend, Sunday, keep 9 a.m. open and or 5 p.m. open. Okay. I will announce it later, but like keep those time spots, like leave some space, Yeah. John Bohai says, will you release another batch of Kofuzi single anytime soon? I'm not planning on it. We already did a lot and I feel like, I released them in the winter, which is in hindsight, not a great time to release singlets. And so I want to make sure people have a time to race in the singlets that they bought, you know. Shy Star G says, "Co, test the shoes at the Lublin 1 mile 5K race May 18th. I got a bid for you and your family." May 18th? May 18th. I don't know. I can't do May 18th. You know what, though? I can't do May 18th this year because I'll be... I think I'll be in... I think that's the weekend of Tiger Claw. So I think I'll be in Seattle. So I'm running Tiger Claw this year. I think that's the weekend. Does anyone know? So that's that. But in other news, I was at the climbing gym yesterday in Arlington Heights, and someone had a Lublin 5K race shirt on, climbing. I should have said hi or something, but it seemed awkward if I did. But yeah, it's all over. I see it all over. Video Guy Man 7 says, "How's London training going?" I think it's going okay. I don't know. I'm on a new training plan. I'm actually meeting. I have to end this pretty soon because I'm going to be doing a video with my coaches. I have 2 coaches to talk about how it's going. So, and that'll come out hopefully this weekend. But yeah, I'm doing a little video to kind of formally announce it since I actually have a bib now, you know. And Aubrey says, "Hey, yo, I just caught up. You coming in London?" "What?" "Tell my boss I'm not going in to work for the duration of your stay." I think I'm getting in Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know. I think I'm leaving Monday night, and I think I arrive Tuesday. I have to check. I don't have my full details yet. Depending on when some of my other kind of like events might be, and I have to look at a map. I might try and hop on a train and go somewhere, like before, like Thursday. Leave like Tuesday night. Stay somewhere Wednesday, come back Thursday, or maybe come back Wednesday night. I don't know. But like starting like Thursday through Sunday, Sunday's the marathon, but Saturday, keep Saturday morning open, guys. I'll have more news soon. But it should be fun. It's going to be a fun week for me. Hopefully it'll be a fun week for you guys. Rich Dyson says, "Your Hoka Rocket X2 experience is like getting a pair of Gucci loafers where they give each shoe an individual silky dust bag." You know who else gives you an individual silky dust bag? If you have Greg Ichihara customized shoes for you, he will give them to you in an individual bag, for one bag for each shoe. Did you know that? He didn't always do that. I don't know if he does that for everybody, but he does it for me. Greg, now you're gonna have to do that for everybody because I just told everybody. And Kurt says, "Coast groups are always so much fun." Kurt, it's always good to see. I've seen you at a bunch of times now. I saw Kurt in Orlando as well. I normally only see Kurt in New York, but I saw Kurt in Orlando too. Jen says, and this will probably be a good way to end for me today. Jen says, "I'm having trouble with the fit on my Adidas Adios Pro 3, which are my first racing shoes. Seems a bit tight on the outside of my right foot. Will the shoe adapt to my feet, or do I just sell?" You could try adjusting and just loosening up the shoe overall. But it might be a situation where I think most people have different sized feet. So it might be something where you have to try and get rid of those or return them in exchange if that's possible and try a different one. Right? Because the material that's on these shoes, they're not really designed to wear in. You don't want them to wear in because that would mean that like if it fits you now, then later it might feel a little bit too baggy. So like see if you can adjust some of the lacing. It might take some finagling because they're designed not to move, the laces. And so like you might have to really work on kind of rethreading and relacing the shoe a little bit to give yourself a little bit more room in there. And if you don't think that's going to be it, then it might be try and find another size, All right. Yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. Tomorrow's video will be the Metaspeed Edge. Hopefully you guys aren't tired of hearing about that shoe by then. But that'll come out tomorrow. And then we'll do another live. Oh, wait. Today's Wednesday. Before I go, we got to get the dogs out, okay? So I'll say goodbye to everyone who doesn't want to listen to me bark at dogs. But if you got dogs, bring me your dogs. All right? No, Martha. Dogs. Vanessa, go get, where's your dogs? Are your dogs here? I forgot because I feel like the dog thing is maybe weird for people. So especially if you're listening to this on the audio and you don't want to hear me bark at dogs, you can just you can just end here. Go to another podcast, but We got some dogs. All right. We got Daisy in here. Daisy, good dog. Come here, girl. Daisy. Daisy, come here. Daisy, are you here? Daisy? Daisy? Is Daisy a good dog? Daisy, are you a good girl? Daisy's a good girl. Jared Colonel's got Nola, Australian Shepherd. Nola, come here. Nola, come here. Nola. Do you have your, go get your toy. Nola, can you go get your toy? Go get your toy. Go get it. Good dog. All right. I think Canella's in here, right? Luisa got your dog in here, Canella. Canella does not play basketball, by the way, but that's okay. Canella, you're still a good dog. We still love you. Miguel's got Ollie and Lupe. Miguel, are you still running? Are you running on the treadmill? Is that what's going on? Ollie and Lupe. Come here, dogs. Ollie, Lupe. Who's here? Who's here? Is there somebody here? Is there somebody here? Ollie? Oh boy. Philip Barn has Laura here. Laura, come here, good dog. Laura's a good dog. I love Laura's picture that's in here too. She got a nice little harness on and everything. That's nice. I like it. I'm just perfect way to end it. Dog bark ASMR. Arr, arr, arr. I couldn't do it. I started laughing. All right, we got one more. We got CJ Brucey's got the Golden Duda Moby here. I bet you, CJ, I bet you Moby gets in a lot of, I bet you Moby's a very smart dog. Moby, are you a very smart dog? I bet you also get into a little bit of mischief because maybe sometimes you get bored because you're such a smart dog. Who's a smart dog? Is Moby a smart dog? Good dog. Moby. Good dog. All right, everyone have fun. Everyone have fun today. Hope you enjoy your walks and have some good weather. And maybe we can, say hi and have fun. Have some treats, maybe. Are there cookies? Are there cookies in here? All right, guys. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Be safe out there, everybody. Thanks.